out.
We shine a spotlight on 67 blankets for Mandela Day, sharing the moments proving that even the smallest act of kindness can make a lasting difference.
From heartfelt conversations to powerful stories of hope and resilience, we're honoring the legacy of giving back.
Help does not stop. It's always needed. We celebrate it in July, but then it's needed even every day.
Yes.
You'll find a case of a child that does not have shoes, and I can't leave that child without having shoes.
Yeah.
Then you find a child that needs food. I am going to assist that child. So giving and helping, it happens every day.
It's more than a moment on the calendar. It's a call to connect, to care, and to make a lasting impact in our society.
Join us this July as we celebrate compassion, community, and the spirit of Utata that unites us all.
Discovering the extraordinary in the ordinary. Making dreams a reality.
It's not a big thing.
It's for life. It's for life. It's for life.
Tsobe re a le dumediša lenanegong la rena la It's for Life, lenanego la go bopa setšhaba ka di 20 June 1913 ge mo Afrika Borwa a tsoga e be se le kgoba fela e be dio ba letlakala la go latlhwa ao ke mantswe a ngwetseng ke Sol Plaatje, mongwadi wa puku e bitswang Native Life in South Africa. Batho ba bantši ba ipotšiša gore goreng lebitso la gagwe le tletšitšetše ge re lebelela ko Department of Education go na le moago o bitswang the Sol Plaatje House, go na le university e bitswang the Sol Plaatje University e tla bula ngwaga o, go na le statue kwa Kimberley se se bitswang ka lebitso la gagwe. Go tseba motho o swanetše go tsena mo dieteng tša gagwe. A re bone gore batšeakarolo ba rena ka kapaeng ba ka e tseba na re mekgotheng ya Kimberley. Boraro bo gola Kimberley kwa Northern Cape mo Sol Plaatje a goletše go gona le go šoma gona pele ya Mahikeng. Ka 1898 a šoma bjalo ka clerk le court interpreter. Plaatje o bohlokwa kudu mo kgwekhweng ya rena ka gore o ba le kgatlhanong le 1913 Land Act. Empa ke nyako bona gore batšeakarolo ba rena ba tseba eng ka mogalong.
Hi guys, it's Supporter.
Yeah,
I think we should do it.
I think on the message for
How do you introduce it?
Thabe ke tlo le botšiša potšišo ge le ka e tseba le tla ya ka mmotoro kwa museum e fela ge le sa e tsebe le tla sepela ka maoto sekgoba sa 2 kilometers go ya museum. Mootledi wa lena o tla le bontšha ge le fitha kwa museum le tla hwetša Mr. Johan Cronje o tla lefa ditaba ka moka if a thabile ga a sa thaba a ke tsebe. Potšišo ka še ke mang a ngwadileng puku e Native Life in SA? Sineng.
Okay. Let's all
The only thing that I know was it's a black dude and he's intelligent.
Go like a Land Act, but example like Native Life in South Africa. So in case it's we'll find out.
I think that is Glasgow is humble, the 2 kilometers.
Can you imagine 2 kilometers?
Kimang ang the Native Land Act in 1913. Harap mo rin ang kasi mas thing.
Dito lahat, kimaulit dito lahat.
Bakit may ulo ba daw kimang ang
So, but there must be a museum somewhere. Somewhere, yeah, with the history of the Land Act. watch so much. Yeah. We are looking for the museum. Which guy? Oh, that one over there.
Yes. You go this way. You will see a robot there and a shop right this land. And then you go to ask them there where is the museum.
The first robot. Before you get the third robot, you got
Okay, now that I'm thinking it's not that far. There's a board.
Yeah, it's our director. Oh, this street is Angel.
Let's go. Come on.
Angel Street.
How come now it's very
Yeah. So I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, the Salt Plaque Museum and Library.
Solomon Plaatje, ibele journalist, editor di pampiri tše tharo, founder member ya South African Native National Congress, a musician, a linguist, interpreter, le social worker. O opetše kgatišong ya mathomo ya koša ya setšhaba, Nkosi Sikelel' i-Africa, ka 1923. A fana ka ditalente tša gagwe go lwantšhana le molao wa 1913 Land Act. Ngwako, e be le wa gagwe. Batšeakarolo ba rena ba tla tlhakana le curator ya Salt Plaatje Trust.
The Land Act was the first major legislation of the Union of South Africa, and they had to decide about agriculture as per se, as a pillar of the new economy that they were rebuilding after the war. What they did was to decide on a policy that will appease the whites-only government that made up the Union of South Africa.
What I want to know is that as a young person, I've never met Saul. I've read a little bit about him and all that, but what is relevant? What must I know? Why must I know? Why is this person important?
I think he's important for three major reasons. The first is for his language skills and his publications. You must remember that he's the first person in Africa who translated Shakespeare's works into a black language.
Oh.
The very first one. Secondly, he writes the first novel in English that was published by a black South African. And that's in terms of his writings. I think in terms of his political actions, you must see him you must remember him for two very good reasons. The one is he was part of an emerging group of first-generation activists who managed to get the black people of South Africa to congregate and start the forerunner of the ANC, South African National Native Congress in 1912. And for instance, Plaatje had access to the offices of prime ministers, world leaders. He was very much a very persuasive person and a very civilized person who could deal with people on all levels of society, even the farm workers. So that is the kind of thing that one has to remember.
All right, everybody, listen, give me another phrase for good time. Oh, my... Here's one. Family Feud Botswana. I am so excited.
We are here for fun.
You're crazy, ain't you? It's going to be all right.
We love you, our Lucy.
Family Feud Botswana. Saturday, 5:30 on 2.
I am so pleased to please you.
Film Movie Lento. Your front row seat to unforgettable weekend entertainment on SABC. Let's go!
re motlhaleng wa mogale wo Solplaki o ba sepela le naga ka peretshitswana ge a ba hwetša tsebo ka bobe ba Native Land Act. Joy Perisi o tla hlahlaba tšea karolo ba rena a šomiša peretshitswana go sepela metlhaleng ya Solplaki.
When Solplaki wrote the Native Land Act, he wrote that touring the country on his bike. So that's exactly what we'll be doing. So grab your bikes, let's go.
Ngwaga morago ga go tshedišwa ga molawana bo wa Land Act, Solplaki o ile ya gola England go leka go lwantšhana le molawana wo. Empa go a pala seswantšho sa gago se ile sa bulwa semmušo ke mopresidente Gedleyi Hlekisa Zuma moletlong wa Civic Center ka 2010.
This area around here house the Solplaki house, which is our municipality, the Solplaki municipality. Now, on this ground used to be Malay camp. This is a ground where Solplaki, the actual ground where Solplaki's printing press used to be. This building, after Solplaki has left, their property was then destroyed to create an area for white settlement for the CBD. And then in Angel Street, 32 Angel Street, that's where he resided. But this area here, it's where his printing press was.
When did he start with the printing work?
Now, he started in 1928. Remember, Solplaki was an interpreter. After being an interpreter, he ran his own newspaper, Koranta ya Botswana. So the newspaper printing press was right here. Yeah. The next area, I'll be taking you to the City Hall, where Solplaki was welcomed back after the deputation from England.
Ka ngwaga wa 1919 a boela England gape mo ile a ngwalang puku e bitswago Mohudi. Ka nako tšeo a ba ya go la Canada le USA go leka go lwantšha molao wa 1913. A boya go la Kimberley ka 1923 a amogelwa ka legoa le legolo go la City Hall.
Guys, this is the Kimberley City Hall. This is a place where Solplaki was welcomed back after coming back from England on his second deputation. A gallery was held in his honor, and Kimberley welcomed Solplaki back. The very same museum, the Solplaki Museum that you've been at, it was funds collected from the members of the community. They actually donated money and bought Solplaki that house. Guys, I'm going to take you around to the court. Unfortunately, we'll have to let go of our bicycles. It's just a walking distance.
Mo High Court, Plaki, o ba etela mogwera wa gagwe Isaiah Bat Mbele. O ba šoma bjale ka clerk, le go ba court interpreter. Mbele, o ba tsebega ka the black spot go la Afrika Borwa. Ka setswalle sa bona, a ba iponela molekane go kgaetšedi ya Mbele, Elizabeth. Ba ile ba nyalana.
Guys, this is the Kimberley Regional Office. It's an old building. It's no more in use. The building was built by the National Department of Public Works. It was used as a court building. This is where Bat Mbele worked. Solplaki married Bat Mbele's sister. So you would visit Bat Mbele at his office in court, as well as chit-chat, have coffee and the likes. So as you can see, it's a very old building. Even the clock up there is still in use. So this is the place where Solplaki would visit. Although he was a court interpreter himself, as well as a linguist, he never worked here. He only visited here. He only worked in Mafikeng as an interpreter, not in this court.
Ga le šiwa ke motsesetoropo wa Kimberley. Wona o riletse ka kgoši ga le šiwe. Mo Abantu Hall, ke mo Solplaki a fanego ka speech sa gago sa mafelelo.
Galeshewe is one of the oldest surviving townships in the history of South Africa. The history of this location dates back to 1870 when diamonds were first discovered in Colesberg Kopje, what is today called the Big Hole. There's no way you can disassociate the history of Kimberley with that of Khalishiwe. Now, this building we are at is the Abantu Batu Hall. Now, the Abantu Batu Hall was first built by residents of this area who donated corrugated iron and poles for the erection of this building. The initial building was burnt down, then a second building was built.
Why was it burnt down?
It was during the defiance campaign that we had Maibuye Africa. Now, during Maibuye Africa, people were lifting their clenched fists with a thumb pointed outwards, saying, let Africa go back to its rightful owners. Now, during that Maibuye, that's when the building was burnt down, those protests. The precinct that you see around there, that precinct is called the Maibuye precinct. Now, it was at that area where people converged to burn their passes, saying that they don't want to be associated with the past laws. Like I said, this is the area where Sol Plaatje made his last speech before leaving for Bimville.
When we get to the United States, you'll have to apply for asylum. You're gonna need to know what to say.
New on 2.
In English is better, okay? I am unable
I am unable
to return.
To return.
Try it again. I am unable to return to Mexico because I have a well-founded fear. No! No!
How well do you really know Ben?
Ben's a good man.
The rush
Down in Mexico, I made a mistake with the wrong people.
of adrenaline.
And I promise you, your family will be safe.
If you even sneeze near my family, I swear, I'll kill you. You got plenty of coyotes. What do you need me for?
The Ben I rolled with would have turned her in. It's quite a change.
Will surge through your veins. Coyote, Saturday, 25 July, SABC2.
Ka nako tša Land Act ya 1913 Afrika Borwa e be e na le kgethologanyo kabeng ya lefase. Sol Plaatje o ba lwela ditokelo tša batho baso. Mabel, Melissa le Mapula ba kopana le Veronica Bruce ka mo go la Pennell Ruins kgauswi le Kimberley. Mo polaseng ye Sol Plaatje o ba dula le botiagwe Simon.
We are now entering to what would have been Simon Plaatje's home. You'll notice we do believe that section there must have been his home because it's the remains of his home.
It looks like it was a room.
Yes, it could well possibly. Sol Plaatje's lived here. His parents left when he was about 7. He attended school. He finished standard 3, which would be grade 5. He was so intelligent, he became a teacher, and he actually taught at the school. And then he decided when he was about 17 that he must apply for a job, and he applied at the post office. He was a messenger in the old days, so he started off there, and then he built up his friendship, and he eventually applied for a job at the courts, and he became a translator because of his language. And then he was sent to Mafeking, and he was actually in Mafeking during the Anglo-Boer War, and he was with Baden Powell, the founder member of the Boy Scout movement. He actually worked with him at Mafeking in ports. You find that many folk who lived on mission stations would go to the mission schools. And if you went to a mission school, you were actually far more educated than if you didn't go to school at all. And so their education on a mission station was almost on a par with what would now be classed as a Model C school in town. So when these men were finished, like for example, Sol Plaatje, when he left here, he could speak 8 languages. Many people who attend school now could certainly not speak 8 languages, and this is what he learned at his school. Okay, ladies, I think that's about all. If you turn around and have a look, these you can see the ruins of where the Plaatjes lived. I notice here in front of you they seem to be drilling for water. Hopefully this will be a permanent fixture so that we can bring many people, so that we can share the history of someone who was just so special to all of us. Thanks so much.
Sol Plaatje o ile a tlhokofala ka bolwetse ba pneumonia ka di 19 June 1932 a be a bolokwa dirapeng tša West End. Fa ke mo batšeakarolo ba rena ba tla kopana le setlogolo sa gagwe e leng yena Daniel Plaatje.
My name is Daniel Plaatje. As it was mentioned that this is the final resting place of our grandfather. Rasenti Solomon Tsekiso Plaatje was born in Boshoff district in a place which was called Pudithusetlogo, which is currently a game reserve. Moved at an early age to Boshoff, about 35 kilos from where we are, towards Bartley West. His encounter with his first academic influence came from the Dutch missionaries, Mr. and Mrs. Westphal. Solomon Tsekiso Plaatje was a linguist, was an intellectual, was an interpreter, was a journalist, was a business person, was a cultural icon, was a civil rights activist. At some stage, during the 1919 South African Native National Congress conference, which was the second one after 1912, when he co-founded the South African Native National Congress, is the only president of the ANC up to current date who was elected in absentia, who was elected unopposed while he was in his foreign envoys to represent the interests of this people's country. Also, he sat in the tribal council of by then Khosi Wessels Muntsiwa as a special advisor, one would say, to the current monarch. And he occupied that particular position primarily because of he was also a monarch. So by virtue of Sol Plaatje coming from a senior clan, because in Mahikeng, the clan which is still currently there is Barolombo Ratsidi, who are a junior clan to Badibo. So hence he could sit within the tribal council because they could acknowledge his seniority. So certain leaders are born, certain leaders are made. He lived within a context which was within a lot of deprivation, politically and otherwise, but that didn't limit him to aspire for a better life, intellectually and otherwise. So his passion and his zeal to do things with kabotswa pelo ke tla re maitlhomo a gagwe e ne e le gore ke modiredi wa morae. Hence there's an inscription there on the grave which says Robala ka Kagiso, modiredi wa Afrika.
Since re dila ka taba ya lefatshe, the land, ho banala hore batho ba galishiwe at the time ba ne ba na le an intellect ka mora bona e leng Saul. Bene le yena a mobilizang information, ene le yena a organizang meetings afa batho information. So the fact that batho ba le ba acquire lefatshe la bona ba lo thola back, I'm thinking hore the man behind the brains ene le Saul.
It was not my first time ngivanga Solomon Plaatje, but because of Singbanfu, we tend to be ignorant sometimes. We really don't go in depth and and futhi info lenye, I don't think ukuthi Emma historical books they've captured him the way in museum in capturing ngakhona. So I think there's a gap lapho ngai. That's why maybe ngazange be too curious ngai, and maybe it's because he was one of those people abangazange by a Robben Island that's why maybe ngazange ngati kakhulu.
Lebitso le like ne ke sena like ka lona, but then ba fitla kwa le ba re tlhalosetsa ore he's an icon. Like he did like many things more plumba high, and then na ko nna dia lo tse dintsi kana ko e one, so nkare na multitask ka beso.
Ntong gape le re ya khatlisa ka Soul Black ko re na tsba like dilanguage tse dintsi le dilanguage le reng like ba dibelela like go overseas, like maybe England, like bo Dutch, bo German le English happy. So nto a thusitse ka yena ko re nkare he was the middleman, because la khona hore a bolele o thusitse ore rena batho ba bantsho ore ke tla re bo ragolwa rena like ba bangwe ba khumane le fasila bona back, because na khona hore a bolele magoa ka na tsba language ya bona, so na khona hore ba bolele na khona ra bolele le bona ene le yena na ba understand. I mean le bona ga le ba mo pushisha ga a bolela, so o thusitse kudu mo tabeng ya hore ni batho ba bantsho gorna ke tla re na lwela batho ba gabo ore ba khumane mafase a bona back, and then ba bona hore ba ka di account, because magwa na tsere from bona
ene le motho selfless, ona le positive, ona interactor, so ona sa re batho ke magoa kapo ke batho ba batho. I think ke yona ntwe ne tsa abana le leverage ya hore a khona ho etsa works, the printing, the media o ana fa batho ka ona. So personality ya Soul ya re bontsha hore if ever you wanna lead kapo you are a leader, ke nana hore ha o tlametse o bana le a line between batho bo associated le bona kapo communication. Hape re bontshitse hore freedom e leng go batho ba ne ba elabalabela at the time ene bontsha hore go tlametse go bana le freedom of communication, speech le association, hape lo akaya talent ya bona included.
I think futhi I'll never forget this moment, because nale experience in my bikes bonke logo it added to him being a man, a legend, an icon, a man that perseveres, a man that goes for his goal besides or whatever condition la baguye, he perseveres.
Ntong le re ke tla maybe ke tla tsa ba lona ke high after the show go reng le nna ke tla gona hore e fitla go gae ke gona ruta batho go gae ka Soul Black le the way a fight le gore batho ba ntse ba khumane ya land back.
Solomon Tsekiso Black o ba lela tokologo ya batho ba bantsho, o ba nya go busha lefase la batho ba bantsho, o ba nya go busha seriti sa batho ba bantsho. Cheka moka o ba shumisha le room la thuto le yona a pen. Ke tshepa gore le wena kwa gae o bo so sanka le rena mekgotheng ya Kimberley, ge re sepela metlhaleng ya kakapae e le yena Solomon Tsekiso Black. Go fitlhela re kopana beke tlang ke setogolo sa barelong ke yena Seputla Sebogodi ke re
extraordinary and the ordinary. Making dreams a reality. It's not a big fix. It's for life. It's for life. It's for life.
Sunday at 7 p.m. on the Tastemaster Professional. We turn up the heat as we put our contestants through the ultimate gourmet on the go, made with fire challenge. Let's go.
Do I need to be here?
What? You can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to the wire.
If we get food, it'll be a miracle.
Crossing fingers.
Who will rise to the occasion and whose journey comes to an end? The Tastemaster Professional, Sundays at 7 p.m. only on SABC2.
This July, SABC2